J, got them bees rocking. Presso Bay. Welcome to Straight Facts. I know you gon' feel it. All good vibes, so please save your opinions. See why I ain't here to judge, so don't be looking for a critic. Do this combos out of love and help to spread some recognition. We can talk about your favorite team and how they got you feeling. Overall growth and understanding is the mission. So just kick back and listen and analyze what's mentioned. You can even pull up next and share your thoughts. Come on, let's get it. Welcome to Straight Facts. Yeah. Welcome to Straight Facts, man. Hey.
Welcome to Straight Facts Podcast, episode 18, man. And this is a special one, man. We came up to North Augusta High School. A lot of people been getting in my inbox, wanting me to interview my guy, man. So I wanted to bring onto the show my boy Sean Mims, man. Welcome to the show, my boy.
Appreciate having me, man.
Man, I appreciate you coming out in your busy schedule and everything, because I know you be on the road a lot like that. So I appreciate you pulling up on Straight Facts, bro.
Appreciate y'all coming, man.
Yes, sir.
Happy to be here.
Yes, sir. Let's get into it, man. Give us a little feedback, man, where you grew up at, in the neighborhood you grew up in.
Man, they call it the North NA. This is where I'm from, man. I'm born and raised here. Love this area. My neighborhood, Bradleyville. A lot of inspirations from that area. A lot of athletes, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of hard workers. So it's only right, man, that you invited me to be on this podcast, man, be right here in North Augusta where it all started.
Yes, sir. So, man, you said Bradleyville, that's where it all started, man. And I heard a lot of stories when I came down here of how y'all used to play in the backyard and, Justin Wheeler house and stuff like that. So that made y'all better. When y'all came to the gym, it was easy. Because, when you play in the backyard and stuff like that, that's where all the tough fouls and everything like that. So when you get on the floor, on the regular court, it's easy.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what's up, man. I heard a lot of good stories with y'all, man. So let's get into your high school career a little bit, man. Tell us a little bit about your playing days at North Augusta and y'all school and successful y'all had.
Probably the best years of my life when it comes to basketball for the people, the coaches, and the atmosphere that I played in. Again, just like most people, started on the JV.
Yep.
Started on JV. Then I got an opportunity my sophomore year as a successful JV career to play varsity. I got hurt probably a month before the season started.
Oh, at JV?
My 10th grade year going to play varsity, I got hurt and I didn't get to play till like the last 4 games of the season.
What did that do to you too? I'm gonna let you finish. What did that do to you at that age? How did that affect you at that time?
I think I was 14, 15, so it really, I had to make a decision on life.
Yep.
I had a lot of time on my hand, a lot of influence, probably positive and negative. So I'm not just going to sit here and tell you the truth that I stayed on the straight, forward, narrow path.
Exactly.
I got into exploring some things that I probably shouldn't have, but I had the ultimate goal of, I knew my goal.
Yes, sir.
I knew who I was, and I came to my self-realization that the way I was swaying wasn't who I was.
Exactly.
Wasn't how I was raised. So, get back to it. I was able to get back on the court, and when I got back on the court, it made me work even harder. It made me work even harder. So that summer, just put in extra work. And I think once I realized that I had the juice, we played in the South Carolina State AAU for the entire state of South Carolina.
Wow.
And our North Augusta-based team, just guys from my JV and varsity team, we won the whole thing. And of all the good players we had, I was MVP.
Wow.
So I was like, you know what? I think I got a little bit of juice, and it just took me, my work ethic to another level to be as good as I could.
Wow. And that was your 10th grade year?
That was my 10th grade. So going to my 11th grade year, we finished the season 24-6.
Wow.
But going into the season, we had a goal of, you know what? We got some success our sophomore year. Guys came back, so we just all summer, all preseason, we just worked hard, and we ended up making it to the Upstate Championship. Had a successful year. Ended up losing to South Aiken.
Because they had a good team that year.
They had a very good team. We played them 3 times that year, and we won the region, but they ultimately went to the Upstate. They went on to win the state championship. So I remember telling one of my point guards, I was like, "We'll be back."
Yeah.
I told them we was leaving USA and we'll be back. So that was my mindset. And then senior year, man, we made another run.
Wow.
We made another run. We won 25 straight games. Our only loss in that streak was the Upstate Championship again in Lexington, who went on to going to the state championship.
Wow. So that's very successful. Because I want to rewind back a little bit. That 10th grade going in 11th, you started before you got hurt, right?
Yeah, I know. Well, that was my goal.
That was your goal
because
at that time.
I was a sophomore and we had some talented juniors and seniors, but again, in my spirit, I was better.
Exactly.
But I just had to go out and prove to coach the other people that I was better. So that work ethic, and like I say, playing in the backyard, playing in the park, going to the gym, it was just nonstop work.
Facts.
You know, and I said, you know what, that's my goal.
Okay.
You know,
and see, another thing too, what I like that you said, because you said your 10th grade year, you know, in your mind, you was basically manifesting what you was gonna be able to do, but you end up getting hurt. You know, when we get older, when we look back at it, it was God's plan. So by you getting hurt, that 11th and 12th grade year, it made you better because you was able to sit down and watch the players and learn from it. So you said 11th, 12th grade, y'all went on a 25-game winning streak. Y'all was able to make it to the upper state. But
I went to the upper state twice. Only in my junior and senior year, I only lost 7 games in 2 years.
Wow.
Maybe 6 or 7 games in 2 years. And my hunger was I played with a lot of good players.
Yeah, exactly.
So my thought process was I can't be the weak link. I couldn't be the weak link for all the other players we had, so I had to hold my load.
Exactly.
So when I'm in practice, I'm actually practicing against people who are better than the opponents I'm going to play.
Yeah.
So I came with that mentality, like, you know what? These guys are good.
Exactly.
I played with college basketball guys who had a chance to play college basketball. So if I can bring my game up to that level, hold my weight, compete against them, imagine going to play against other opponents.
It's gonna be easier.
It's a little easier,
Exactly.
and I'm prepared. We prepared. So when Coach called my name, he don't have to look up. He don't have to look nowhere else. But
exactly.
I was number 33. Number 33, Mims, come on.
He's ready.
So I'm ready. You know, and like I said, I went through my growing pain. Even my 11th grade year, I had to build my way back up to get in the starting lineup. And like I said, that one particular game, I did my thing. And
so what game was that? Do you remember the opponent?
Breakout
game, right?
I don't remember the opponent, but I think we played Spring Valley. Spring Valley had 6'8" and 6'10". Those guys ended up going to play in Division I.
I think I remember that too.
And Coach played some guys in front of me, and when I got my chance to go in the game, I think I showed him that, hey, Coach, I was ready.
So you took it personal when he started them folks in front of you.
I think it's just an opportunity. You know, when you play well, Coach gives you a little more time on the court. So I kept playing well. So I think the next day in practice, man,
rest is history. Yes, sir.
He had to look no more. So.
Yes, sir. So do you remember some of your teammates during that run, man, that you want to shout out?
Man, I think all of them. I'm going to give all of them their props because they helped make me and the team who they were. Yeah. But I would say in North Augusta history, this person is arguably could be top 5.
Wow.
And that's Tyrone Walker.
I
played with Tyrone Walker. His brother Roosevelt Walker he was a senior when I was a junior. I think he was a phenomenal player. Rest in peace, Torian Williams.
R.P. Torian.
It's just a few more people. Like everybody played a big part of it. But I would say, me personally, those Walker boys set the tone.
Exactly.
And we followed. Like I play, and the guys from the neighborhood, man, like. Half our neighborhood on the team, so it's just like, you know,
y'all knew y'all each other game.
Yeah, we rode the practice, we played in the backyard together.
Sure.
So, you know, it was a time, man. We made a brotherhood.
Wow.
Of the entire team, and majority of guys from my team those years, many back, we still talk today.
I was just about to ask you.
I run into them, man. Like we still talk, man.
And see, that's why I try to tell the youth about sports. Like, you know, when you play sports in high school and stuff, it's gonna carry on in life. You know what I'm saying? These are some people that you'll probably be with for 20, 30 years plus. You know what I'm saying? So y'all done built nucleus. That basically was y'all family. Because you be around your sports family probably more than your real family.
For sure.
So it's good that y'all still got that relationship to this day, man.
For sure.
Let's get into this hoops. Is it called HOOPSEDU or Hoops ED?
Hoops EDU.
Okay, Hoops EDU.
So what you said first is how people pronounce it. Yeah. And then I tell them it's Hoops EDU.
Okay.
And it came from my background as a hooper, basketball. And people who don't know, I've been teaching for 18 years.
Wow.
So I've been a teacher for 18 years. So now I put hoops and education together because being a student athlete, that's the platform to get to the next level.
Exactly.
Even in today's climate, if you want to make it a college. So, I mean, that acronym together was let's put basketball education together and then build off that vision of helping young men and women reach a level in education and in sports through what we do.
Wow, that's amazing, bro. What made you come up with this, and when did you come up with this?
I would tell you, it was on my heart, and I sat at work. I mean, while the students were doing their work, I sat at the computer and my pen and pad was writing. Like, I got the vision.
Yes,
like
sir.
this vision just kept coming. And shout out to the guy that helped found it with, Brandon Freeman. He now lives overseas now. I had a one-room apartment back then, and I sat in the recliner, and we just wrote names down.
Wow. Wow.
And we wrote that name down. It was like, that's the one.
I love this, man.
That's the one.
Wow.
And from there, it just
manifested.
elevated.
And see, that's why I tell people, you said you wrote it down.
Yeah.
Like, you have to write your dreams down, man, and believe in it, because all you're doing is manifesting it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's good that y'all went through a list and you found the right name, because it fit perfect.
Yeah.
You brought education and hoops together.
Yeah.
That's hard, man. So not to cut you off too, you can finish the whole process up.
But I'm gonna give him his prop. I'm gonna give Brandon Freeman his prop, because what he did was, he was a professional basketball player.
Oh, wow.
He played overseas for maybe 10, 11 years after having a run, and it was now the G League was the D League.
Exactly.
So he went overseas. So once he got his citizenship, had a family, he was like, hey brother, I want you to take it and run with it.
Wow.
And just looking back where we started to not even having a logo.
Exactly.
We would go to Foot Locker or say Champs and just buy like Nike shirts of the same color.
Yeah.
So we could be the camp counselors.
For sure. That's smart.
To now, because my whole idea is, we gonna be the part, we gotta look the part.
Yep.
And we just met. It just kept going, and it built. And I would tell you, our first camp 13 years ago,
Wow.
had one young lady, and we ended up giving her money back.
Oh, for real?
So we don't need your money, because we just ran that camp that day for her for free.
Exactly.
Because you know what? And then we just went back to the drawing board, and the next one was 10, then the next
Wow.
one, and then it just
Gradually got bigger.
But it trials and tribulations,
Yep.
asking for help,
Yes, sir.
finding mentors,
Yes, sir.
and then just executing the game plan. So
Yep.
I'd be remiss not to shout him out.
Yes, sir.
To let me keep going. And right now, just talked to him this morning, and I just talked to him this morning, man. So shout out to him. So
And it's good that y'all still got that relationship, because it's amazing that people would trust in you to carry that vision.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, a lot of times us black people, we like to be apart from each other
Yeah.
instead of coming together. So it's good that Mr. Freeman was able to trust in you to lead this journey and keep it to successful how it is today, 13 years later,
13
man.
years later.
And it done came up to something amazing, bro.
Amazing.
It's a huge event. Everybody talking about it in the CSRA. You've been traveling across the states. You've been getting a lot of kids scholarships, man. So you've been doing a lot of amazing work with the HOOPSEDU, and it's amazing, man. I want to talk about the Battle of the Border as well, man. It's a great event that I seen y'all doing. This y'all first year doing it, right?
Second year doing it, but the first time doing it on New Year's Day.
Wow.
On New Year's
Let's
Day.
talk about that a little bit, man, and what it means to you being one of the leaders of the Battle of the Border.
Partnership, like I said, working together. Epic Hoops, Ryan Norris, Sean Mims, HOOPSEDU, and the vision.
Yes.
He came to me, was like, Coach, I like the idea of partnering together.
Wow.
Because you have the necessary
Tools.
to help grow this.
Yes, sir.
So I took it personal, because if he came to me, I was like, know what?
He believed in me.
He believe in me. I must prove
Yes, sir.
that I can do it. Like I've been knowing him for a while.
Yep.
I've been knowing him for a long time. We coached together, coached against each other.
Yep.
We hooped together. But he was asking me to be a part of his business and partner. So that's a whole different
That's a whole other lane. Yep.
So, and man, our first meeting and anything we have done, we have been on the same page.
Wow.
Shared ideas, haven't always agreed on something.
Oh, yeah, that
but had
comes
the
with
courage to say yeah or nay, but compromise and do what's best for what we're doing.
Exactly.
And when the Battle of the Borders, I think we talked to the phone. I think I told you wrong. I said we started planning this in June.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Battle of the Border started planning about 11 months ago.
Wow.
So it started February of last year.
Wow. That was y'all first year doing it.
And so then a week later, we talked about doing some things together, and we wrote a list of the things we wanted to do, and Battle of the Borders was one of them. So we started planning last year, February,
Wow.
for this. And as we got closer, we started penciling the fine details.
Exactly.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was skeptical on January 1st just because it's New Year's.
People doing all
New
type
Year's
of stuff.
celebration,
Yeah,
football.
Yep.
So he said to me, he said, Coach, why not? Nobody got anything to do. And we just took it to another level.
And y'all had a great turnout.
Great turnout. The people that work with us, the school, Fox Creek, shout out to Fox Creek and their people, they were very, very supportive and allowed us to do what we do. And shout out to the whole area, the CSRA.
Yes.
Man, them people came out and showed love. And one positive thing that people think we have events like this, something bad is about to happen. It went without something negative happening.
Exactly.
And that's a testament to the people coming to the event.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it's a testament to the people work behind the scenes to make sure things were necessary for things to run
And you have to give yourself flowers as well, because it's the energy that you're bringing. People want to support you, bro.
Yeah.
You did a lot for the kids over time, and the parents, they want to show their support of you, and the kids want to show their support. So for you to bring schools from Georgia, Carolina, and all that, and shout out Fourth Take too.
Yeah, shout out. You beat me to it.
I know you're coming with it. I know you're coming with it.
Shout out to Fourth Take.
Yes, sir.
With the promo, with the marketing.
Yes, sir.
But also shout out to all the other content creators who bring that things to life.
Exactly.
Because that is big. People want to see things. People, if they can't be there, they want to be a part of it. So being on social media, they can be a part of it, and it allows them to bring their name to the front.
Exactly.
But I think, to me, Fourth Take, Seth Wesley set the bar.
He did.
He set the bar.
He did.
And when I would tell you something about him, he's always extended an olive branch to the young and upcoming content creators. And when every time they have a question for him or want to be partnered with him, or even just want to pick his brain, he's always lended a hand.
Exactly.
So that's why, in my opinion, what he does has just blown up, and not even just locally, regionally, but he's doing work around the country.
I'm telling you, everybody's saying his work, and like you said, I took yours before you said. I was gonna say that as well, because he do help all the content creators, man. My first time doing my tournament, he came over there, he told me what mics to get, he told me what camera to use and all that. So man, I just want to tell Seth Wesley, man, I appreciate you, bro, and I appreciate you helping my boy out too, man, with the Battle of the Border, man. He's a great guy, and it's good that we need to help each other, man, because like you said, everybody play their part. You know what I'm saying? Y'all run the thing, but the content creators, they don't want to put it out there so people can support y'all, and it's good that you showing that love, bro.
And one thing I do with people that I act to be involved with something, you do podcast, I don't. He does content, I don't. So I allow you guys to be the experts on what y'all do.
Yeah.
So I may give my vision. Here's what I'm thinking. Whatever you can put it in the way that you, in your gift, you put it.
Exactly.
Because I feel like if we get on this court,
facts. Yeah.
let me do my thing.
Facts.
So in the way I gonna present it.
Yes, sir.
And we go from there.
Yes, sir. And that's how it's supposed to work. You gotta let everybody do their job, because once you do that, it's gonna be comfortable for everybody, and it's gonna come together like, you know what I'm saying, white on rice, like they used to say. So, man, let's get into we're gonna get off that subject a little bit. Let's get into a little college football. How do you feel about Nick Saban retiring, man? Do you think the NIL and stuff had something to do with his retirement, or you think his age?
I think Nick Saban said it best one time. It's like, when you think about stepping away from something, it's time, because you're gonna be 1 foot in, 1 foot out because of other variables. To me, Nick Saban don't have anything to prove.
He don't.
Even at his age, I think Nick Saban handled this climate of college sports as good as anyone who's been in the game for a very long time.
Yes.
And people can say, well, the NIL, the transfer portal, he's been winning.
He's been winning,
and people are still coming to his school.
Exactly.
It's inevitable that people not going to transfer.
Facts. That's going to happen.
Georgia won 2 national championships, they transferred.
Yep.
Clemson won championship, they transferred.
Yep.
People going to transfer because transfer sometimes has its own variables.
It does.
It could be the money, it could be the family, it could be the playing
it's different
time.
Stuff.
It's a different thing. So I think when Nick Saban felt like it's time for him to walk away, he walked away. And I just told a friend of mine on the same subject, Nick Saban was probably preparing for this.
Yes, he was.
And when he walked out that door in the meetings, he probably gave a short list of people who he felt could keep the Alabama tradition going, the Roll Tide tradition going. So when they hired that guy from Washington, rightfully so, built the program, knows what they're doing, fits what they want to do, I wouldn't be surprised that Nick Saban even put a word in for him.
Facts, because as soon as they got hired, he came out with a statement
Yeah.
that he loved to hire and stuff. So like you said, I didn't think about it either. I'm pretty sure he left a list to Alabama because he wanted to make sure he leave it in some great hands. So that's good.
And I think college coaches, parents, players, high school coaches, just fans in general, the transfer portal, the NIL, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. And we don't have to like it to embrace it and to adjust to it, because if I'm an athlete, if I'm a coach, I'm a parent, administrative staff, it's here to stay. So how do we adjust to that?
Facts.
People used to ask me, Coach, you getting older, how you adjust to the game? I don't mind learning.
I'm telling you.
I don't mind learning.
Exactly.
So if I can get the information and knowledge to put players and people in the best situation and still have my vision with it, we're going to go with it.
Good to go. So how do you feel about NIL coming into high school? Because they just started in Georgia, right? Mm-hmm. They started in Georgia, so I'm pretty sure it's going to come to Carolina in a few years. How do you feel about that?
It's always been a business.
It has.
It's always been a business. Because here's the thing. What people tell you in the classroom, take care of your business.
Facts.
What tell you in the court, take care of your business.
Facts.
So I think if they can understand how to work that and to benefit them, and then it shouldn't get in the way of their play in the classroom.
Facts.
Or the performance on the court.
Exactly. Because I know they get trying to say it's a distraction and all that, but like you said, since day one, they taught us how to handle business. So that shouldn't be a problem. You know, you want your kids to get sponsored by certain things because of the hard work that they put in their body through, you know, and you want everybody to come together and be, you know, evenly, you know, you don't want this stuff to be a distraction at the same time, but we have to adjust to it. It's just here to stay. Like you said.
Your support system.
Facts.
Some people helping you understand what to do and how to do it.
Yes.
And if you got a team behind you, just like any team, there's people in place to help you do certain things. But I tell people, the main thing's the main thing. If you don't perform in your field of play, all of that doesn't even matter. I don't care what reels, what highlights you put out. If you don't perform,
it don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Because once you do your thing and everything else gonna take care of itself.
You're right about that.
I'm gonna get in one more question, man. I'm gonna let you get out of here because I know you got to see your nephew play over there at ARC. Tell me about Prime, man. Do you feel that what's Prime doing is good for college football, the swag that he's bringing and the difference making that he's bringing up to Colorado? Is it great for college football?
Yes, because at the end of the day, you want to market things.
Yep.
And I think every school, every college, they have their own way of marketing.
Yes.
Prime just brought his way from what he has done.
Exactly.
And then he just bring it to the mainstream.
Exactly.
And people were following Prime before. So when Prime was working on the NFL Network or in broadcasting, he had a big following.
Exactly.
So everywhere he goes, because that's Prime, and he brings that charisma.
He got that aura.
He brings the aura. So now he just putting his kids and what they do to the forefront.
Yes.
And people understand that people who's running his social media, his podcast, his content are his kids or his nephew or family members. So just because he's tagging them, letting people know, that doesn't mean other universities not doing it. It may be just behind the scenes.
Because it's Prime.
It's Prime.
To be big.
And they want to keep the main thing.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, Prime have to win football games.
Exactly. That's true.
But what he had done in Colorado to bring to Colorado and to, instead of being 1-11, 4-8, and the transformation he had to go through, I think that was big. And I think it gives other coaches in other sports to understand, hey, to build a program is not just about on your playing field.
Exactly.
It's about a lot of different things, because the interest of players and what they want as a coach, I'm gonna put it this way, it's not about how much I know.
Exactly.
It's about can I transfer what I know and my vision and our philosophy to the kids to get them to do what's necessary to get the results that we're trying to get.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes you gotta do it different
extra
way.
Stuff.
You gotta do some extra stuff. And if anybody tell you that's not true, that'd be lying.
And it's true, because like I talk with my girl a lot about classes with students. Every student don't learn the same.
They don't.
And it's just like that in football. You have to teach them different ways. So if I got to dance and bring some rap in music to get y'all to listen and come out there and win some games, I'm gonna do that.
And that being said, each player or athlete is a leader in their own right. So how they do things may be, okay, I like what you do here, I'm gonna let you lead that.
Yes.
Man, I like your vocalness. Well, I like your hard work.
Yep.
I like your charisma. So each personality or each trait could be in leadership, not just the person who speaks the most
Exactly.
or do most. So like, you got to hit every component for
Yes.
them to perform. Because at the end of the day, the bottom line is the bottom line.
It's the bottom line. We got to win games.
Everybody say, well, back in the day. So here's the difference. It's nothing different in the back of the day and today. What's the bottom line? Win or lose, right?
Exactly. It's the same thing.
I don't care how we get to
Facts.
it. We got to win, or it's going to be a win and a loser. So
Exactly.
the same result we got back in the day, whatever back in the day was, we still got to get the same results
it's the
today.
same thing.
you still got it. So
Yep.
how you go about it, it means how you go about it.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
And shout out Prime too, man. We like
Shout
what you're
out-
doing.
yeah, for
you
sure,
know what I'm
for
saying?
sure,
Because
for sure.
you putting a vision out there, and like you said, you showing other coaches you don't have to go the same routine from hundreds of years ago. You can switch it up a little bit.
You can switch
You
it
know
up
what I'm
a little
saying?
bit,
So
yeah.
it's good that you believe in Prime and stuff like that. Any other things you want to touch on, man? Before we get
Man,
on
I just really, shout out to you, man, for, you may not know this, but, all your endeavors, you put it out for the world to see.
Yeah.
And you always, like, even on social media, you and I always talk sports.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I'll give you a credit. You one of the few ones I might go back and forth with because it's a logical
Yeah.
conversation.
Exactly.
We keep our
Exactly.
emotions out of the middle.
Yes,
so
sir.
when you manifest it, we're going to talk sport. You're going to talk sport.
Yes,
You're going
sir.
to talk for it. You may not remember this, man, but it was 2018. You and I talked about doing the camp back in your spot.
I forgot
But
about that. Yep.
the logistics of it from the people back in your
Exactly,
area
yep.
cannot happen.
Yep.
But you always say, man, we're going to get together soon.
Yep.
We're going to get together.
Yes,
soon. It's
sir.
going to happen. And you always say, man, I need to speak about sport. So it's 2024.
Wow.
I'm looking back 2018. So
Wow.
I'm keeping up with that. So
That's amazing,
So now
man.
you're in a position where you are not only talking about sports, you're talking about life in
Yes, sir.
different avenues, different people doing different things because it all comes together. So
Yes, sir.
I got to give a shout out to you for doing your thing and inspiring other people, but also making this about you. This is what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
You go out and do it.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes we can get caught up in not doing things because we worry about what other people may say. And I'm like, even for me, I'm that way too because you're in a comfortable position.
Facts.
But when you step out your comfort zone,
Yeah.
you really figure out one, what you really can do.
Exactly.
Two, who's really with
For you.
you.
Yep.
With
Yep.
you and for you.
Yep.
And three, if it's yours, you're gonna put more into it. All right. It's not even failure. It's just more so. You know what? Let me revamp. Let me try
Exactly.
again. Let me
Yep.
try again. And
Wow.
just being able to always come back to where home is.
Exactly.
In North Augusta,
Yes,
man.
sir.
And be able to get back in my roots because I tell people always ask me, man, when you come back home? When you come back home? Well, it's all about time.
It is.
And I always want to do things back in North Augusta. And I tell people, there's more things I could do. There's also things that I do that other people don't know about because I don't
Exactly.
put it in the
Yes, sir.
forefront.
Yes, sir.
So the timing to come back and do things is all about timing.
Mm-hmm.
I had to make sure I was established, and then when I came back to do things or embrace what's going on, helping other people, it was open arms. So it's about timing.
Exactly.
So when you see me in North Augusta, it's here for a purpose. And I tell people, COVID was a gift and a curse, and it made me realize the little things.
Exactly.
And I went a whole year. Not seeing my family.
Wow.
And or if I saw them, I pull up in the driveway,
Yeah,
wave
you couldn't
hands.
even show love or nothing.
Show love. So it's you know what I said. Now when you see me in North Augusta, I'm here with a purpose.
Exactly.
I'm here for a purpose.
Yep.
We're gonna get things done, and that's allowed me to do things all around the state
Wow.
and be able to travel to see things, and now bring what I've learned and what I've endured and what I've experienced to bring it back here. Whether you embrace it or not,
Exactly.
whether if you want to hear it or not,
Exactly.
I'm going to share it because, hey,
It's God. It's what God wanted you to do.
it's
Anyway.
what it's God wanted me to do.
And so I appreciate that too,
Yeah.
man. Not to cut you off
Yeah.
too, man. You just gave me chills, bro, because I forgot about that talk we had, you know,
Yeah.
because me and you been trying to do stuff for the
Yes.
community, but like you said, the logistics of a lot of things don't come together at that time.
Yeah.
So it's all about God's timing. You know what I'm saying? So 6 years later, it's crazy that we on this podcast together,
Yeah,
and me and
for
you
sure.
supposed to been throwing camps and stuff like that. And I just want to let you know I'm proud of you, bro.
I appreciate that, man.
Keep doing this with these kids,
I
man.
appreciate that, man.
You can keep going too with
But
your
the thing
conversation.
is, it for you and I, it may not have been about camp.
It has.
It may just sit down so we can talk what you do and what I do to
Yep.
inspire others. Not to be coaches or
Exactly.
podcasts, but just be exactly what you strive to be. And I would tell parents, try to dive in to see what really is your son, daughter, or kids or child wants to do, because now we can go that direction.
Exactly.
Like your family, your friends, or your neighborhood may have been about sports, but your child or your kids or your niece and nephew may have another desire. So once we can, there are camps for cybersecurity, there are camps for art, there are camps for music, there are camps for dance. So just like we got camps for sports, just because it's not comfortable for us, let's try to find what's best for them and let them live their dream and live it without, and still give the support. Because while they're learning, we're learning.
Exactly.
While they're learning, we're learning.
You're right.
And I tell all the kids that I work with, that I teach, that I come across, you guys give me the energy and give me the want to be better.
Exactly.
Because I know what you're trying to do.
Because you done did it.
Yep, and some of you guys are doing it probably even at a higher level than I possibly could because of the time. So how can I be a support to you?
Facts.
You know, you saying thank you, coach. No, thank
you.
You know, thank you.
You keep me on.
You know what I'm saying? So my platform with HOOPSEDU is to also give opportunities to, you got to be student athlete, student, to, you know, just thrive in what they do. So, and I would say this: there are kids who went to my camp who have came back and I've hired.
Come on, man.
So I'm gonna tell you. So how the process goes is, when you get in high school and you don't want to attend camp, I let you volunteer.
Wow.
So you're a volunteer. So if you need a recommendation for college or scholarship, I write a recommendation.
Wow.
So once you graduate from high school and you come home from college, I hire you and pay you just like I pay you.
Wow.
So the guys it became to a point where the people who kept coming back, I let them run it. I say, man, I'm gonna go take care of X, Y, Z.
Wow.
Here's what you do. And we have meetings and everything.
Wow.
I say, you're over
That's
this,
amazing,
you're over that.
man.
And now it's become to the point where now, like, my former players are now college coaches in Division I, Division II, high school coach.
Wow.
And they'll call me and say, Coach, I want to talk to you. Some of these guys make $200,000-$300,000, and they're asking me for my advice. So I'm like, okay, it's humbling, but I understand, like, that was the plan from the beginning.
From the beginning.
To keep going. So if I never talk about me, I just tell people, just
look at my
look at the fruits.
Exactly. Fruits of your labor.
Look at the fruits, and like I said, there's a lot of people that go behind this, from my family to my friends to just support people.
Exactly.
It's just the world, man. Because I learned something from everybody.
From everybody,
so
exactly.
Just being here, man, it's a blessing, man.
Yes, sir.
And like I said, I'm back home.
Yes, sir.
This is home.
Yes,
this is the North. I'm home.
Let's get
man.
it. And like you said, we back home. It's time we finna. This thing just starting. Battle the Border, HOOPSEDU, CYTV, Straight Facts, man. This thing just starting. We're gonna do nonprofit stuff in the future. You know what I'm saying? So this is just beginning, man. We're gonna get back to the community. And I appreciate you, man, for putting up on
man.
Straight Facts Podcast, episode 18, man, with my boy Sean Mills, a North Augusta legend. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying the fruits of his labor, man. I appreciate y'all. We'll be back next week on episode 19. Thank y'all.